hardest.
For sure, I'm sure you did. Absolutely not a problem. So your schooling and everything must have occurred in Loughborough itself, right?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah,
was
yeah.
in Loughborough? No, that's great because I'm from Loughborough as well. So it's a local thing. Let's talk about. So that was your early journey about. How did so? Let me see. One of the things I wanted to actually ask you. You mentioned about you having dyslexia. When you were diagnosed with it and you found out, how did you? Because I know you were very young back then. How did you take it? Like, how did you react to it emotionally? Did it have an impact on you? And how did you manage to come out of that, basically?
It's a good question. That it's quite a while ago now. Trying to remember back then, but yeah, I mean, it was hard to understand because again, I still didn't fully understand what it meant.
What it meant, yeah.
I remember it was.
So let's take things a little bit further now. So you mentioned at school, your early career, you found out you had dyslexia, and then you struggled your way through school, but you found your passion, you found your connection through fitness.
Yeah.
Now explain how you went from your school journey into your personal training journey and how you became a PT, because I'm sure our viewers want to listen to and hear about that incredible journey. So
yeah. Well, this again is a bit of a roller coaster of a ride.
I bet it was.
A few ups and downs, but hey, we ended up there in the end. But when I left school, like I said, because I didn't do too great, I didn't have grades, and I didn't believe that I'd be able to go into any courses. Again, a limiting belief of mine. I could have at the time. I didn't understand, and I thought, right, I can't go to college, I can't go to uni, I haven't got the grades, so I'm not going to sit around and do nothing. I'm going to do something. And one of my good friends at the time, he worked at still a good friend to this day. He worked at door-to-door sales, like canvassing. And so he went round. I was that annoying person who knocked on your door and asked you if you wanted windows and doors.
I see.
And he got me a job doing that. But at the time, my insecurities and my lack of self, having confidence in myself, I'd say. To be fair, really, looking back now, I think it really benefited me because I didn't know who was going to open the door.
Of course, yeah.
The other side of the door, didn't know what kind of person they were going to be, didn't know what mood they were going to be. I had to react and just deal with that person as an individual and deal with them the best way as I could. Yes. And that skill now has massively benefited me in what I do now. So I feel like it is a lesson that I've learned from doing it. But like I say, from there, we started there, and then I developed a bit of a drinking habit from after. Yeah, when we finish work, we'd go down the pub, we'd drink, and at the weekend I'd go out for a few drinks and things like that. And then before I know it, I kind of went into a bit of a downward spiral with my life, job to job. I was very good at sales, but I never quite felt fulfilled from doing it.
Right, yeah, I see what you mean, I understand what you mean,
Yeah, I mean, I was good at it, but like I say, it was just kind of bouncing around from one to the other, trying to find myself. And my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, it's important to remember.
Yes, that's very good.
But yeah, we found out she was pregnant, and I decided then, like, I don't want this life for my family.
Yeah.
Kids to see this, me drinking, me doing these silly things. And I decided, you know what, it's time to fix up and find myself again. So I threw myself back into training because, again, it was what I knew. I'm a direct reflection of what I put in. I'll get that hard work back out. So I stayed away from the pubs. I went on a job hunt to try and find new jobs, and I stuck on Indeed. It was a membership consultant job at the gym. What I'm from now. Yeah. So Anytime Fitness. And I got the job and absolutely loved it. I thought, surround myself with like-minded people. Health and fitness is a priority. You're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. So let's go and people who want the same similar things to me. So yeah, I went there. Like I say, started turning my life around, started educating myself more on fitness, because again, it was just my grounding part of my life. Threw myself into that, and I got speaking to one of the PTs there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
He had a very similar background to me. And
amazing.
Yeah. So we connected really well, and he was telling me about how you can do it's called your level 2 gym instructor, and then you can do your level 3 PT. You can apply for it, and you don't need to have amazing grades to do it. So I thought, all right, perfect. I'm going to go for it. I can help people. Then I can do what I love, which is health and fitness and things like that.
Absolutely.
I threw myself into that. So a lot of 5 a.m. mornings, sat at my dinner table, crunching through the work, getting that done before I got to work. Managed to get all passed off. And straight away, I threw myself into helping members in the gym.
Amazing.
The other way that I could. So, say if someone had a plateau, I'd help them in any way I could to be able to get over that. All bits and bobs. And I remember the turning point was I had my manager asked me to have a one-to-one meeting with him.
Oh, yeah.
To the cafe, and we had our one-to-one meeting, and he was saying to me, "You're spending too much time in the gym helping people, and your job is to be a membership consultant." Don't get me wrong, I'm still getting new members, but yeah, he wanted me to be out and about doing more bits like that. He gave me a bit of an ultimatum and told me, either you keep your job in the gym being a membership consultant, or you'll have to be a self-employed PT. And straight away, without even thinking, the words just come out to say I want to be PT.
PT, yeah, of course, because that's where your passion was. You love doing that, yeah.
This is it. I think he was quite taken back though, because I just got a newborn baby, and now all of a sudden I don't know where my next paycheck's coming from, things like that. But I just thought, you know what, no, this is your gut instinct. Let's keep with it. So I did, and I always remember that, because on the walk back to the gym from the cafe, I was having to think like, right, I'm going to tell my girlfriend I just quit my job.
Yeah, of course, yeah, it's a very scary thing to say, right?
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. First thing, but right, I better go and tell her what I've done. To be fair to her, she was amazing. She was amazingly supportive of me. And yeah, since then, I've just done nothing but throw myself into helping people, do as best as I can. And I think because I helped so many people when I was a gym instructor, I actually got quite a lot of clients straight away.
Yeah.
Help them.
So I think your what's the word? What I was going to say, you know how you said you were doing the door-to-door sales, as you mentioned. I think that sort of the skills you'd learned from there, even though not knowingly, they sort of really helped you with the membership consultant, and you'd already built yourself a customer base. Like, talk about me and you, for example. Like, I think I messaged you via Instagram. Yes, I remember messaging you via Instagram, because I'd seen you at the gym, so I started following you, and then I saw the incredible work that you did. So I was like, you know what, I need to get trained by this guy. So there we go. People notice what you do. So this is absolutely incredible, man. Like, when you want something so bad, the opportunity will come to you. And if it wasn't for your manager who had given you the ultimatum, maybe you wouldn't have. I mean, you wanted to be a PT, but maybe you wouldn't be here as in like this quickly, as in where you are now. Yeah.
Sometimes you need that little nudge.
Yeah, sometimes you need that little nudge to get you. And I mean, you've always told me the journey's not stopped. You're still progressing, right? For our viewers, if they don't know, Tom's studying at Open University. So tell us a little bit about how you got into Open University and how all that happened.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you asked me back when I was at school that I'd be going to uni, I thought you were telling me a joke. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I want to keep practicing what I preach, telling people, like I say, and also as well, a big one for me is just showing my kids that you can do what you love.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is as a living, and
being the role model, yeah.
What I preach, yeah, exactly, yeah, definitely leading for the front, and I've always wanted to be able to say that, you know what, I've got a degree, I've passed off, and also as well just further my education in what I do. I want to be a master at my craft. I want to be the best that I can be, so I can help people like yourself, Divyesh. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
I want to do the best that I can for you guys. So,
yes, indeed.
Further my education by, like I say, going to Open Uni. So yeah, at the moment I'm studying for my bachelor's in science for sports, fitness, and coaching. I'm in my second year at the moment. Granted, I'm on a part-time basis because I've got my own business. But yeah, I'm cracking on through that. And over the next couple of months, I'll be passed off as a strength and conditioning coach as well. So like I said, stop from there. Never stop from there. Keep on pushing. Keep on grinding.
Amazing. You deserve only the best, and I'm sure you're going to smash that course as well. So your Open University course, how long is it in total? I know you said it's part-time, so it might be quite longer than normal, right?
Yeah. It'll be 6 years overall. Yeah, it's a 3-year course, but it's spread over the 6 years. So yeah.
6 years, yeah. Wow. So that's some dedication right there, man. That's incredible. Like, it's great. Tell our viewers how you came to know about Open University, and how did that come about?
Well, I mean, I was searching around. I wanted to get involved with strength conditioning a lot more and them kind of elements. And a lot of the strength conditioning roles, you need a degree to be able to help these sort of people in these areas. From what I found at the time. So I was trying to find around again because I was trying to find where I can do a part-time course. Because again, where I was younger, I didn't get the greatest grades, and also find part-time. But I found online when I was searching around for something to do with sports fitness coaching. I was all three of the basis, and I stumbled across Open Uni, and mum as well, bless her, she'd done an Open Uni course when she was younger, when she had telling me about how it's quite easy to be able to get through in your own time, and I thought, perfect, that's perfect. Exactly,
because it fits your lifestyle. You can help your clients as well as doing what you like. So
yeah, exactly, that's it. So yeah, just get up in the morning, crunch through that, and then crack on with the rest of the day. But yeah, that's
amazing.
Amazing.
No, you're doing so well. No, this is so inspiring and so like something to people to look up to, because there's most people have either done their degrees and doing the job they like, but like I mentioned this earlier as well, like your journey is different, and this is what makes Tattel Time unique. When people like you come on and you share your journey, despite doing what you're doing now, you're still studying, and there's nothing wrong with that. So this takes me nicely into the next part that I wanted to discuss. Well, firstly, we're both fortunate because we live in Loughborough. Loughborough Uni is the best for sport in the world. So so we're fortunate, even if it's by accident, that we're in Loughborough, because our fitness goals and aspirations line up well. But for any students who are currently at university, not just at university, just students in general who are at college or high school, and they want to go into fitness, or they feel like they relate to they feel regardless of whether they're dyslexic or not, but they feel like they're not so good with academia, right? And there's a saying that if you're not good at academics, you don't have a proper job. They say proper job, like engineering or something like that. Can you shed some light on that? And just tell our students, if they're feeling like that, what should they do? What advice can you give them?
Don't let it become a limiting belief.
Okay.
You can overcome, and you can be whoever you want to be. Again, just coming back to a direct reflection of the hard work that you put in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, whatever it is that you want to do, if you need to improve in some kind of area in your life, just get to work on it. There's always time in the day which you can do. If you get up before you go to work and learn something that you need to get you where you need to be, you can do that. As long as you're putting the hard work in, you'll get to where you be. Don't let any outside noise come in and distract you from your vision. If you then you get up and go and do it. Don't let anyone else distract you and lead you off course. It's your journey, your goal, and you're in control. You're in the driver's seat.
No, that's very, 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 what's the word? Not only just inspiring, but it's very good that you're saying that, because I know one of the things is, especially I like what you said about the limiting belief, because I remember you just mentioned earlier that at that age where you were, when you had dyslexia, you thought you limited your belief in thinking, I can't get anywhere in life. And I think that really puts one person down, even though, that's not necessarily true, because we're lucky that we're living in a era right now where technology is at the palm of our hands and there's so many options open. So definitely, if someone wants to explore something, especially we're talking about fitness here, because if someone does like fitness, then go for it. If you want to do fitness, any sort of I know yours is different, but not the conventional path. In terms of fitness, you went as a membership consultant and then sort of went into your PT journey. But if someone wanted to become a personal trainer off the bat, is there anything you can advise? Any courses or any like academies or anything they can go to for that? Or
so I did mine through Lifetime Training. I could do that in my own time because obviously maybe on the way I was working and things like that. So you can still work if you need to. You can do them at college as well. You can do them through college and bits like that as well. But whichever one fits your lifestyle, essentially. And then always have what I've always been led to believe, and I'm saying what always stuck with me, is have a white belt mentality.
Yes, I love that when you say that. Have a white belt mentality. Always willing to learn.
Always, You never learn enough. Just keep learning, keep pushing yourself. You can learn off anyone, learn from anything, and just things like Tattel, for example, is perfect for it because it can, with people around your area. Say if there's a coach who's where you want to be, you can connect and shadow them a little bit, understand how they deliver their clients and things like that, which is another massive factor.
Absolutely.
we are alike. It's understanding that person on a personal basis, and through doing things like that, connecting with a well-structured coach can really benefit you and leapfrog your career so much faster to where you want to be. Because always the X's and O's and all of these things and the sets and the reps and bits, it's how to deliver that to someone, how to meet them where they're at, and how on the journey to get to where they want to be. It's not always, like I say, sets and reps and that's simple. We all have back to limiting beliefs, things like that. We've all got them in our way, and it's understanding how we can help that person overcome that. And that's where you got more social and personal skills what come in. So that's another to learn.
Yes, definitely. No, that's crucial. Actually, what you just said, the limiting belief is a very big factor, because that's all about mindset.
Yeah,
and you can only do that when you have a growth mindset. So no, anyone that's listening, I really do hope Tom is dropping some real nuggets here, so make sure you write them down, take use of it. And another thing I would like to say, if yourselves, anyone who's listening, if you have any questions for myself or Tom, then please feel free to put them in the comments. I know we're getting highs and things from you, but if you have any comments regarding anything you want to ask us, then feel free to drop your comments in the questions in the comment section below, and we'll address them in the live as we speak. So, okay, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Now, the bit I was most excited about and most waiting for was talking about fitness myths and busting some fitness myths.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we've had the chats about this as in the mornings as well. So let's talk about. So one of the things with fitness I've noticed is there's, not in a bad way, there's far too many fitness social influencers on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And so at the minute, I fell into this sort of hole as well at some point, where I was following a specific fitness social influencer. I couldn't tell whether what they were saying was right, whether what they were saying was wrong. So what advice, as a PT, what advice would you give to students or anyone else who's listening who follow these sort of people? It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying some of them are genuine, but those who are just doing it for money and feeding you the wrong information, how can you tell who's saying the truth and who isn't? Is there a way to find out?
It's a difficult one to begin with, because the problem I have with social media, there's a few different problems with it. I mean, you don't have to show your credentials to say you're a coach.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So anyone can give out fitness advice and tips and that, and hard to weed through who's giving out the best information, because again, just because you've got a great physique, just because you're an amazing athlete, doesn't mean it. I mean, you see it all the time in football. The star player, he's amazing on the football pitch, the manager and the coach is not quite as great.
He's not,
so it's being able to, again, going back to some personal skills, understanding people. We're all as different as we are alike, so it's understanding what works well for you. But trying to weed through them. Again, another great way that you can do it is just see how they are with their clients. Where are the clients' results? Where are the client feedback? Things like that. If they've got good feedback from clients, if they've got some good client results and things like that, then usually they have got some, they know what they're talking about. But like I say, the problem is, again, with social media, it's a bit of a highlight reel. Everyone always posts the perfect thing. Everyone always posts the perfect shot of themselves and bits like that. And it's not a true indication of themselves. But it can be quite motivating for some people, but also as well very unmotivating for other people. I'd say you're following for your fitness advice, and make sure that, like you say, you're checking to see how they've got on with clients in the past, to see how their results are, so then you can valid.
Absolutely, it's always a hard one, that, because like you said, people don't really post about their struggles. They're just posting about the best pictures or the physiques and things. It's good. I mean, one of the things I personally find is having a ripped physique doesn't necessarily mean you're fit, or as in healthy for performance. I understood that when I was training with you. You could not be the most ripped guy, but your performance would be up here. When you perform really well. So I think people are usually under the impression that, if someone has a six-pack, oh my God, this guy knows what he's talking about. It's not necessarily true.
No.
So
I mean, bodybuilders, for example, I mean, they're in incredible shape. Take away from they're absolutely incredible. But when they're up on the stage, it's probably the most unhealthy they are all year. Most unhealthy, but people don't understand that. And it's these things like some of the people who we see on the front of magazines who are glorifying, again, incredible, taking anything away from them, phenoms, incredible physique.
Absolutely,
They can't live there 365 days of the year. It's not possible. But the magazines are leading us to believe that. And that's the problem I've got with things like that. We need to understand what's capable and what are we capable of achieving on a consistent basis. That's what we need to put out more in the fitness industry. I said, we're we're showing the perfect angle, we're showing the perfect physique, but we're not understanding that these people again have peaks and troughs.
Of course, yeah. There's no journey that's always accelerate. You know, it's always up and down. It's always like, I always say, it's like a trading chart. It always goes like this. It's always like this. It's never straight up.
No.
So, yeah. And I think people fail to see this. And one of the things I like about you in particular, and a few of the trainers that I know, is you're trying to bring the reality of what it is like to the public. I know it's slow. There's more and more like awareness around this, and more PTs are doing this, because I think on TikTok there's a culture now where PTs are actually slamming influencers about the wrong sorts of information they're giving, because people are saying, oh, you gotta starve. Let's talk about that as well. Actually, you gotta starve, or you gotta, like, you know, do continuous cardio to lose fat. There's a big misconception. So shed some light on, like, you know, there is no one fit all sort of program for anyone. That's why it's personal training, because it's bespoke, right?
100%. That's that first word. Unfortunately, a lot of people forget it's personal. Training. So it's like we're going back to, we need to understand people on a personal level. We're all as different as we are alike. What works well for me might not work well for you. Doesn't mean what right and what you're doing is wrong. Doesn't mean vice versa. It just we need to understand what works well for you and how we double down on that. And things like that, these shortcut starvation modes and things like that. Rome wasn't a day.
No, of course not. No.
Don't overestimate what you can do in a month, but understand what's capable in 12 months. Understand what in a year, like you say. Unfortunately, in this on-demand world of things like Amazon Prime, next day delivery, unfortunately, we're not built to have patience anymore.
We're not. You're right. You're absolutely right. We need to be, as a human species, I think in general, we become very impatient. We need to build. The first skill anyone needs to build is being patient, because I think with fitness especially, you need to have the long-term mindset. If you're training with a short-term mindset, don't bother training. Go back, sort your mindset out, because fitness happens over. The reason why I say this is because I've seen, you know how some people claim, oh, get a six-pack in 11 weeks. You see these videos on YouTube. Do these 6 ab exercises 10 minutes a day and you'll have a six-pack. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? That's all rubbish, man. Like, I've seen so many of them on YouTube.
Like I said, the big thing for me as well is we're cutting over the big foundations things here as well. What we're looking at is making sure, actually, you know what, is your hydration in check?
Yes.
Are you eating adequately?
Yeah.
Are we eating properly? All these things.
Absolutely.
All we're doing is, in my personal opinion, we're putting band-aids on bullet holes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well said, actually. Very well said.
Never going to, like you say, people coming in and having to drink a can of Monster and putting it on the social media because, it's cool, I'm drinking Monster. But hang on a minute, how's your sleep? Have you slept? Have you actually got enough energy? Do you really need that? Or would improving your sleep be better for you?
Yeah.
For example, everyone wants a fat burner that's out on the market. Well, hang on a minute, back in your food. Is your food in check?
Yes.
Bits like this, it's like, well, let's stop putting band-aids on bullet holes. Let's kind of look for the new sexy thing that's going to get where you want to be. And let's just make sure our foundations are built before we start looking at the architecture on top. Let's build.
That's very, very well said. I think it's also, like you said, the age we live in is we follow the trend. The sort of age we live in, because it's digital. If there's a trend for something, everyone will follow it. And people are failing to understand the fundamentals, like you said, like, you know, you might be able to, you know, it also depends on genes. Other people cut faster than, like, it takes me a while to cut. Other people I know cut faster than me, but that's because it's a bit of genetics as well. But then, you know, there's things that they're doing. They might be a bit more active than me. You know, you got to see the whole picture than compared to, you know. And this is what people don't understand. They're like, oh, he's a celebrity. He's got a six-pack. It says on here he did it in 6 weeks. So he must have done it in 6 weeks. Yes, he did it in 6 weeks, but he didn't say exactly a breakdown of what he exactly did to get there. You know what I mean?
Also, you've got other things like training age. How long's that person been trained until that time? Got a bit of extra weight on. Maybe they had a bit of bloating. Things like that. Brought it down that way. Yeah, like I say, the context is king. Context is always king.
Absolutely. Yeah, context is king. Man. You're throwing some bangers in this chat, man, in this live podcast. Tom, you're killing it. I love it. Guys, if you're loving the chat, please send some love, like the convo. I can see all the hearts coming in. If you're loving what we're talking about, then send some more love our way, man. Tom is absolutely smashing it, guys. This is amazing, man. I love it. Right. Now I'm gonna do a quick rapid fire with you. When I say rapid fire, what are the 3 biggest fitness myths that you've had to face?
So I'd say that you have to drive yourself into the ground to be able to responses. completely untrue. You don't need to.
Okay.
About your body is like you say, you've got this much adaptive energy
Yeah.
in my cup here. If I'm completely filling it up with training every single day,
Yes.
then I've got no other time for stress, other stresses that are outside elements. So say, for example, like yourself, you're building Tattel. Bits along will become stressful.
Yes.
Yeah. Got work as well. Bits like that will become stressful. Even little things, I don't know about you, but me getting stuck in traffic, I feel a little bit stressed. Constantly overfilling that cup, and we're overstressing, and we're not getting our body to actually recover enough. All that's going to happen then is we're just going to end up having detriments in our performance, in our health.
Yes.
Get aches and pains and things like that because those muscles aren't preparing enough. And then before we know it, we're actually bringing our performance downwards rather than actually improving it in any way. So by taking down that intensity in the training and overtraining and trying to do too much and going to maybe about 80%, we'll probably get a lot more better benefits from our training because we're probably going to get better tempos, all these kind of things. The list can go on and on. But also at the same time, we're leaving ourselves more room for outside stresses and as well recovery time, because we're only as good as what we recover from. So overstressing ourselves, we're not going to get the adequate response what we're looking for. So we don't have to drive ourselves into the ground. No pain, no gain, things like that. Let's have a look at maybe let's train smarter. Let's be more efficient with what we're doing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, what I say, especially with fitness or anything where you spend, where an individual spends time, which in the long run will be for, excuse me,
motion detected.
That's my Alexa going off at the wrong time, but never mind. It's what happens when you sit right next to it as well. But yeah, I always say anything which an individual does that helps in the improvement of themselves or in the betterment of themselves is a self-investment.
Yeah.
So I see fitness personally as a self-investment, which I think a lot of people should see it.
Definitely. Yes. Definitely. You put yourself first. Yeah, you got to take care of our.
But like you said, the culture we live in right now, instant gratification, people want the results overnight. Yeah. And that takes me nicely into the next part that I wanted to ask you about. So you mentioned the three. So thank you for mentioning the three key myths about, that you've faced with fitness. So number one was don't drive yourself to the ground. Yeah. Number two was basically don't overwork? Because you said the top idea, yeah.
So yeah, they were all kind of the same similar one there. But don't drive yourself into the ground. You don't need to overstress yourself to
overstress yourself, yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So that takes us into the next part, which we was talking about, was about instant gratification, like straight away. So I wanted you to shed some light for our viewers on the truth about weight loss and shortcuts. The reason why I ask about this is because Instagram how many likes should I get? Amazon Prime next day delivery sort of thing. So shed some light on weight loss and shortcuts.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a cost to doing business.
Yes.
Doing business with anything. And if a highly restricted diet,
motion detected at the front door,
output, again, there's a cost of doing business there. We're going to slowly deplete the body. We're going to drain it. Yeah, exactly. The best thing to do is, like you say, going back to that saying, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
Time. Take your time. Slow progress is always better than trying to go too as well as end up burning into muscle tissue, fatiguing yourself. And again, like you still got outside elements that you still need to crack on with in life.
Absolutely, yeah. We all have a life.
Using up everything there, we're not giving ourselves adequate calories to be able to function through the day. It's not going to end very well. We have things like metabolic adaptations that can happen in the body, where our body will adapt to the amount of calories then that we're consuming at that time.
Absolutely.
And if we're just going to keep restricting calories and keep going down or keep bringing up output, what happens then is, unfortunately, we get to a point where either we can't do it anymore and we binge eat, or
that's right.
We have to live.
I've done it before. I've done it before as well. The body just wants food, and all you want to do is eat because your body is like craving food because you're in such a deficit. What people don't realize is by doing this kind of thing, and there isn't any shortcuts, but we're doing this, they're doing more damage to themselves than they are doing any repair. And the importance of sleep as well.
Yeah, definitely. Sleep is massively underappreciated. I believe, honestly, and it's free. It's free, man. Let's concentrate on sleep. It's where our body regulates our hormones again. It's where we repair. It's actually where we actually lose quite a lot of our body fat as well through breathing.
Yes.
But also, again, a big thing that I'd like to ask the people as well who do these highly restrictive diets is, might have lost weight, but did you keep it off? If you're
That's
saying
it, maintaining it.
yeah, exactly. If you say no, then unfortunately it didn't really work for you, did it?
Yeah, no.
But maybe taking your time, let's have a look at, right, let's establish some healthy habits. Okay, so, right, you've been sat on your sofa for 6 months. Let's just move in for 30 minutes each day. Right, you've been fast food, junk food, things like that. Okay, let's just look at cleaning that up and let's go for 80% clean, whole, nutritious food. And 20 and 10% of the time, you could just enjoy a bit of food. Let's create a... If you look at the course of trying to do too many things at once and burning yourself out and not being able to create healthy habits, rather than instead each month, let's nail one thing. In the course of 12 months, you're going to completely turn your whole entire life around. But the most important thing with this now is you've created these healthy habits that you can sustain for the rest of your life.
That's exactly right. That's the crucial part, which you mentioned. Two crucial things there. Number one was creating habits, right? And there's a saying, if you do something for 21 days consistently, that becomes a habit, right? And number two, the second thing you mentioned was 12 months or a X amount of time. So basically it's over time. It's not overnight. And people need to get out. People need to get out. I'm slowly getting out as well myself. People need to get out of this instant, what do you call it, gratification mode. They need to get out of it. It's think long term. Think about creating a habit which will, like you said, there's no point going to the gym, getting a six-pack in 3 months, but then 6 months later, you're back to square one.
100%. And
what's the point of that?
If not even worse, because like I say, shot, you'll gain all the weight back, and then you can even gain even more. But unfortunately, the problem with why people don't do it as much, it's not sexy.
That's it. Literally, it isn't.
Not as easy to sell. That's why, like you say, it's instant gratification, and like you say, it's just living in this on-demand world where we can get everything in 5 minutes. Understand, actually, you know what, let's create some healthy habits.
Unfortunately, with fitness, on demand is not a thing. On demand is a thing in terms of, if you want to find PTs, then you can use Tattel. Tattel has Tom. Tom is a mentor, so it's on demand in that sense. If you want mentoring from someone like Tom, then Tattel is the best platform for that. You'll be able to find him, connect with him, and I'm sure he would love to help you as well. Like like Zoe says, there's no shortcuts, like you mentioned. There's no shortcuts in fitness. It's all a matter of time and creating healthy habits. So that's absolutely fantastic. Now, as I mentioned about Tattel and you being on Tattel, helping to change people's lives, how do you feel about doing that currently through fitness? I bet you feel very rewarding, right? It must be really rewarding for you to do so. Yeah,
man, I absolutely love what I do. I don't look at it as work.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
And I'm excited to get into our 7 a.m. sessions, mate.
Oh, yeah, man. Yesterday was a killer session as well, actually. I'll be seeing you again on Tuesday. But our 7 a.m. sessions are really motivating. Like, the thing is, I always find when I wake up and do the first thing I do is work out, it puts me in the right sort of mindset for the whole day. I mean, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you got that first win. You got that first tick in the box.
Yeah, absolutely.
With this as well, it's not so much just, again, about achieving the weight loss, the muscle gain, the strength, things like that as well. The big thing for me, what I love about what fitness can do for people, helps you become the person that you've always been inside. If you're in a warrior, all got in us, that self-confidence that grows, the way in which you attack the rest of the day because you've got that self-confidence. You've overcome a milestone in your fitness. Like,
absolutely, man.
If a certain amount of weight, you manage to do it. You know what? You've just built up that confidence. You use that now and you transverse that into everyday life, you're going to walk in and you're going to absolutely smash everything that you get involved with. That's the part of it that I absolutely love. It's just seeing people grow as people. And that inner warrior that they've always had in them.
Because I can vouch for myself. Like, I used to be a very big guy. Like, big guy meaning like fat after my transformation and things. Remember, I got in touch with you because of my knee injury, and I was put out again, so I had to start from scratch again. But it develops an entire new confidence in the individual. They feel a lot more confident about themselves, about going out there, the way they present themselves. It's incredible, and what you're doing is great. So just keep doing it, keep helping change people's lives, and people have to understand that you can only help them so much. They have to put the work in.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, by streak.
Yeah,
like I said, we're in it together. We're in it together. Like I say, I can send over whatever I want to people, like, to help them, but it's up to you to do the work. Which you get the work done, mate. You nail it. Again, it's vice versa. It's up to me to be able to help you with your pitfalls and wherever it is that you're struggling with. Find them areas and help you. That's the idea of the coach. Like I say, it's an agreement between both of us to give 110% to help you achieve your goal.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And like you said, it's a two-way street. The more people understand that, the easier it will be for them to achieve their goals as well. And I'm sure most people are getting better at it, but there are a small minority who are still work in progress, and that's fine. But
100%.
if they need help, then like I said, you can connect to us via Tattel, and we'll be able to help you in that sort of way as well. And in terms of sports and coaching and things. So let's obviously you're there for the expertise in that. So let's now move on to the student aspect of it. So I know Tattel is there for connecting students with mentors like yourselves or people within the fitness industry who are experts within their field. So how do you feel as someone who's already doing coaching and things that you'll be able to contribute to Tattel? How do you think you'll be able to help students with their aspirations in fitness as well? What?
And it's great once you've passed your degree. It's great with all these different things. It's brilliant. But I found personally your real training and your real learning begins when you get your first client or you work with your first person. And being able to do something through Tattel, how you guys are going to help revolutionize, in my personal opinion, and things like that, is connecting with people who are actually working with the general public, with athletes, whatever it is that you want to get into.
Yes.
You need to see how that actually happens in the real world.
That's exactly right, yeah.
So different than a textbook. And you've been able to be connected with someone who's doing the things that you want to do, work with these people on a daily basis. You're going to see how these interactions are done. You're going to see how they relay the messages. It's all well and good. These X's and O's in the textbook. This is how we get the response. But cool, how do you get that across to an athlete?
Yeah.
Isn't too bothered about the X's and O's or the general public who isn't too bothered about that. All they want to know is, how am I getting my results? What do I need?
That's it. Yeah.
How are you relaying that to them? How does the coach give that over and that information over? So then you do actually get the best results from that person. You do
absolutely
the results. And I believe, like you say, being connected with someone in that position lets you understand how you do that. And it will, like I say, it will leapfrog your career so much further.
Honestly, people don't understand that.
In books and bits like that. Yeah, don't get me wrong, they're amazing to do and definitely a great thing to do, but you need to see how it's all done in the real world as well. And Tattel will transform that for you.
Thank you for that. That's the aim. We're trying to centralize student access to not just fitness but to all areas, all fields, any industry expert, because I know a lot of the things that I find as well, like when I found I was at uni, a lot of the things you learn at uni, they're good, don't get me wrong, you need the education, but they're all sugar coated. A lot of it is sugar coated. You don't actually, because a lot of students actually face a culture shock when they actually go out there and try and apply it. It doesn't actually work how they think it works. So being able to talk to people like you, especially students who want to go into fitness. I mean, we might have students at Loughborough University or whatever uni that want to, break out into the fitness industry. Then just being able to talk to people like you, you'd be able to guide them and mentor them on, what to do, what not to do, the do's and don'ts of training, of fitness and the rest of it, and even guide them on what resources they should be using to help them in their career, right?
This is it. Yeah, definitely. Like I say, a mentor's a great thing to have. I've had them along my journey of them helped me get to where I need to be. And if I had something like Tattel available to me, I'd be all over it straight away.
Amazing.
Great thing to have. Because again, like you say, you're connecting with someone who's local to you as well. Because, like I say, demographics are massive as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Here, compared to, say, London, it's going to be very, like, the demographics around there. So, it's a good thing to do. It's a great thing to do. And, like I say, it's going to be helpful for people.
No, that's fantastic too. And I'm hoping that, a lot of other professionals see the same sort of vision as you do as well. So that's absolutely fantastic. Now, the last two questions I would like to ask you was, what advice and guidance would you give to any students, not just students, anyone listening to this podcast, anyone who wants to pursue a career in fitness? What advice and guidance would you give to them if they want to pursue a career in fitness but they're struggling? What would you say to them?
Okay, so first address what it is that you're struggling with.
Okay, first, that's a very good point.
What you're struggling with and learn how to overcome that.
Yes.
So if you're struggling with time, and you're not figuring out, I mean, we won't find time. We never find it. We create it.
Create it.
So if you're going to say go for your PT course or something like that, or you're going to start doing your uni degree, but you're struggling with time and you're just expecting to find it as soon as you do it, no, you need to sit back, have a little look, see how you can assess your day, and you can create the time to be able to do it. That's the first thing. And again, just depending on what it is that you're struggling with at that time. Again, just don't ever stop learning.
That's key. That's key. That's very key.
And like I say, don't just get stuck into just the X's and O's of sets, reps, schemes, things like that. Because it's all amazing to know. Don't get me wrong. I love that. I geek out on it. But,
yeah. I'm sure you do.
if I can't relay it and transfer that information to say yourself, DVS, I know you love fitness yourself, but how to transfer it to someone who's not that quite interested in the science side of it, like it's not going to mean anything. You need to understand how to transfer that information to people and how to help them, and also understand how to help people open up to you. Because if someone doesn't know you don't know how to help them.
This is it. And you're absolutely right here, Tom. This is a shameless plug as well here that I'm going to do. But I think through Tattel, I think there's a lot of the time students find it hard to relay their problems and troubles to family, even friends sometimes. But you know, when you have someone who's third party, like right now, you're not just my training coach. You're like someone I can talk to. Like, you know, sometimes I'm down. I'm like, hey Tom, I've been struggling with the mental health. I've told you 2 or 3 times, haven't I?
Yeah.
I'm struggling with mental health. I can't get sleep. You know, and you just talk to me, and when I'm out of that gym session, I feel 10 times better. I feel so much better just because I spoke to you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely. This is it. Yeah. And you like you say, no judgment, nothing like that. Just understand how to connect with people. It's a massive thing to do with any kind of coaching, in whatever industry you're in. You just need to understand people, how to with them. Unfortunately, with a lot of courses and bits like that, it's not really something we get taught. But
we don't.
Spend some time to actively learn that in your own basis, because again, go back to, we're all as different as we are alike.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Different people, different personalities, different traits, and things like that with them. So that's, I would say, is a massive part that you definitely want to learn. So then you can do that bit that you love, the fitness. You can use that as well, and actually help people as well along people.
That's the key thing. Yeah, no, that's absolutely great. Thank you very much for that. Now, just before I ask you the last question, I just wanted to go back on the thing you said about time. You must have seen this. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen this quote as well. If someone says they don't have time for something, it just means that it's not a priority for them. 100%. That's all it means.
Perfect.
That is it.
Yeah, perfectly.
That's what I'd like to put out there. Basically, I see it. If someone says to me, "I don't have time," I don't judge them, but I'm just like, it's not a priority for them. So maybe later on down the line. But then if you keep saying you don't have time, you're never going to get it. You're going to have to create it. Like you said, you have to make time out for something.
Yeah. If you need to eat, you're going to find time to eat.
Yeah, you got it, right? You got no choice.
No matter how busy you are, you'll find time to eat. It's just how bad do you want it? That's perfectly said, mate. It's not a priority, unfortunately, at that time. That's it. Yeah, perfectly said.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. Right, these sessions or these live podcast sessions getting better and better every week.
Mate,
today's been the best one, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. I don't want to call it an end because me and you can both talk for the world.
Man.
We're on to the last part now. So I normally ask my guests to basically, before they go off, share their favorite quote.
Okay.
And why that quote is their favorite quote. So please, Tom, tell our viewers and tell me, what is your favorite quote and why?
Okay. I say one that's always stuck with me, what I heard. And again, it's just you versus you kind of idea, but it's do today what others won't, so tomorrow you can do what others can't.
Oh, that is powerful. That is really powerful.
Yeah, do the things that you need to do today, so tomorrow it allows you to do the things that you've always wanted to do.
Yes.
Hey, where you look at it even as fitness, be prepared today to do your food prep, so tomorrow you can get to peak.
That's it.
Day to get to sleep, so tomorrow you can get up with an adequate recovery to be able to actually go and do training. Same business, like I said, going back to me doing my PT course. Be prepared to get up at 5 a.m., do your work on your course that you need to do, so then tomorrow I can be a PT.
Absolutely.
Just relaying that into every single part of your life, and before you know it, you look back and your life will be transformed if you just keep saying that through your head. Do today what others won't, so tomorrow you can do what others can't.
That is absolutely powerful. That is absolutely amazing. I love that quote. I absolutely love it. I might take that one for one of my books as well, actually.
All yours.
All good, man. Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing, this morning, actually. So I put it this way. I always say the advice I always give someone is, if someone is confused about what to do or just in general, I'm like, all right, let me ask you a question. What can you do today? Right, that's going to reap you rewards 5, 10, 15 years down the line, basically. Sow those kind of seeds today that 5, 10 or 15 years down the line, you're going to be reaping the fruits of that, and you're going to thank yourself saying, I'm so glad 10 years ago I made that decision. Right now, that's paying me in a nice way. That's literally think like that.
What have you done today to take a step towards your goal?
Towards your goal.
you can't answer that, then you've got to assess for the next day.
Yeah. It's not always about money. I'm not talking money. I'm not talking about monetary. Nothing. Even if it's a habit, it's a skill, whatever.
Anything. Like I say, even if you spend more time with your partner.
Yeah.
If you haven't done that, then what are you going to do today to be able to make sure you can tomorrow?
Yeah.
If it is
the relationship.
Yeah. Anything in life, man, 100%. It doesn't have to be monetary. It's just whatever. Just making some time for you. Yeah. If you haven't done it today, what are you going to do tomorrow to make sure? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, great. Okay, so that's great. That takes us nicely to the hour mark. 4 minutes in? But no, thank you very, very much, Tom. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Man, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me on. Loved it.
No worries. And Pranav here, my good friend, says playing the piano. There we go. He wants to work on playing the piano. Absolutely. There we go. Yeah. Work on it, and you might be performing at a massive orchestra one day. Who knows?
Yeah. 15 minutes more than what you did yesterday. Doesn't have to be a full hour. It doesn't have to be this. Just 15 minutes, man.
15 minutes. That's it. Absolutely. Just before we go off air, is there any last words you would like to, share with our students, or anything you'd like to say on Tattel? Oh, well, I would like to say one thing. Tom is a mentor on Tattel. He signed up. So when we go live, he's fully on board with our vision to help people, especially with their fitness. So any last words before we say bye to our audience?
Make sure you get signed up. Because honestly, whatever industry you're going to be in, it will leapfrog you in your career. It will help you, just speed it up and get to where you want to be a lot faster.
Absolutely.
With all of these things that unfortunately can be, it can make us a little bit more difficult to get to where we want to be. It can help you fast forward that a little bit. But like I say, happy to help anyone in any way I can do, just far away.
Fantastic. Thank you very, very much, Tom. I'm sure our viewers had a blast listening to you. I surely enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't want it to stop. Both of us are chatterboxes, but hey, we got stuff to do. We got a life to get back to. So thank you very much again for coming on. Thank you to our viewers. And if you want to sign up, then the sign up process is at www.tattel.co.uk. I'll repeat that again, www.tattel.co.uk. I was asking, how do we sign up? So I think I've just answered that question. I'll give that for one last time, www.tattel.co.uk. I'm going to post it in the chat here as well, so you all have access. There's 2 sign-up forms there. One is for students and one is for working professionals. So whichever one you fall under, please feel free to go on there and sign up. What will ideally happen is you will get access to our early bird list. And that's the one, that's the website, And then as soon as we go live, which is very soon, you will be able to, get first dabs on it, get on it, and, leapfrog your career, essentially. Yep. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Tom, I'll be seeing you on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Always forever grinding. Have a great weekend. Thank you again, my friend.
Anytime. The pleasure having me on. Have a great week.
Bye.